if you're thinking about your own career,
Mm,
you need to own your career. You can't wait for someone to give you an opportunity, right? And so
mm,
there's been multiple times in my career where I put together pitches to get to do something I wanted to do as part of my role. Because look, leaders are getting pulled in all different directions. They're focused on just delivering at their level. They're not necessarily always thinking about your development. So a lot of people they'll feel like they're stuck. They'll get frustrated. I'm not getting development opportunities. Well, what are you doing about that, right? What can you do to make sure that you are putting in front of your boss what are the things you want to do, volunteering for things that are cross-functional, any of those kind of situations is critical that you take ownership of that. Quick example, I worked for a company. My job description did not include delivering strategic planning, but I wanted to do that.
mm.
So I put together an elevator pitch, and I knew that the COO, the regional COO, was on the same floor as me, and I knew I'd eventually bump into him. So I put together a pitch, and that pitch basically was 1.5 minutes maybe long of, "Hi, here's my name. Here's what I do. One thing that I've done to help executives in the past is this. If I did that, here are the benefits to you. If you want to use me, I'd love to do it for you." And I just pitched it to him, and I ran into him, and he said, "Oh, well, nice to meet you." And he walked off, and I didn't think much of it. And then essentially two days later, I get a phone call from the regional COO, and this is an organization of 50,000 people regionally. And his admin calls me and says, "Hey, I want you to come up to the office right now. The CEO would like to talk to you." I hadn't even met the CEO yet, right? So I get in the room, and the COO and the CEO are in the room together. And the COO says, "This is the guy I was telling you about." And then next thing you know, a week later, I'm facilitating strategic planning for the executive team. And then
Wow.
that went so well. During that session, when I was facilitating it for the regional CEO, he calls in the worldwide CEO, who's responsible for more than 150,000 employees. And he says, "Yeah, you need to use this guy." And so I did the same process for the worldwide CEO, but it was because I created the opportunity. I didn't wait for someone to
Mhm.
do that.